You just got back from Yosemite Valley. You were trying to photograph Firefall, that yearly phenomenon where the light hits a waterfall just the perfect spot and lights it up like molten lava. There's a lot of factors that can go into play when that's working and when it doesn't. So if you missed it, I'm going to show you how to get that same effect here in Photoshop without using any AI generative tools. If you'd like to follow along with me with the exact images I'm working on here, you need to be on my mailing list. A few days before my Tuesday tutorials, I sent out a link for my mailing list members to download the actual images that I'll be working in the tutorial. That way you can download them and be ready and maybe work along with me as the video runs. If you're not a member of my mailing list and want to, just go to my website, imagelight.com, go to subscribe, fill out the form, and you'll be added to the list. When I do a tutorial, I'll send out images in advance every chance I get so that you can follow along with the video when it drops. Like in most cases, we're going to start here in Lightroom Classic. And we've got two images that I shot there. I was just there just a couple of days ago, and light didn't cooperate near the end of the day. So I was just stuck with a bunch of pictures. So here's what we got. This was my scene that I got. And what I want to do is I'm going to go into Develop module and just do a couple little tweaks before we go into Photoshop. And the most important one is color correction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this eyedropper tool that I grabbed from right here, and I'm going to hover it over something that I think should be gray or black or white, something that I know to be a definitive tone. So let's go ahead and click on that, and that kind of neutralizes it and brings that color back the way it normally looked to me. And in this one, we don't care about this because this is just basically the silhouette with the sky. So we're going to leave this alone. So I've got these two images. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Photoshop, and here's how we do it. We right click, we go edit in, and normally we'd go to edit in Photoshop 2026 right here, but we're going to pull all the way down and go open as layers in Photoshop. So let's do that, and I'll show you why that's important. One of the things you always want to do when you're doing layers in Photoshop is to make sure they're aligned. And the way to do that is to take the top layer and bring the opacity down by just a little bit, maybe by 20% or so. Then we look up here and we see if there's anything that's out of registration. So if this wasn't shot on a tripod, it's going to be very difficult to do if it wasn't shot on a tripod, but this was shot on a tripod, so everything aligns pretty well. But if it wasn't, it would look like this. I'm just going to grab the move tool real quick and just slightly move this off. You can see you're going to get this little ghosting effect here because that means that everything isn't aligned. So if you need to align those layers, you can use the move tool and just use the up and down arrows on your keyboard until you get it aligned so it looks nice and perfect. So remember to slide your opacity back to 100%, so on both layers. Now let's go ahead and do some of our effects. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drag the dark one up above, because remember that image is almost all in shadow when we're doing it. When you're actually live shooting it, it's almost all in shadow except for that one waterfall. And so the way we're going to do this is we're going to make a layer mask. Let's come down here. We'll click on this, make a layer mask. We can see Horsetail Fall just dribbling down here. I shot this at 1/6 of a second, so it's pretty slow. And it's a little blurry, which is what I was going for. So what I want to do is I want to just paint in here and reveal what's under here. And the way we paint on a white layer mask is we use black or some version of black. And so in this case, we're just going to paint with black. Get our brush. Make sure our brush is a nice soft brush. And our opacity we're going to do at about, let's do about 50%. Doesn't have to be exact, that's certainly close enough. So now what we're going to do is we're going to paint down this waterfall. Oh, look, I already blew it. I went overboard just a little bit. So here's a way that's a little bit easier to deal with that. Let's go to this image here. We're going to click on the actual image, and we're going to ask Photoshop to do a quick selection of the subject. So let's go ahead and do that. And Photoshop's going to make a selection out and around these trees and up along this edge. And that way now when I'm painting in here, I can't go overboard. So let's grab the brush again, and we'll just start up here. Look at that. I don't have to worry about going too far over. So I've just held the mouse down the whole time, just highlighting this area here. You can see our mask that we've created. Now we don't need this line anymore, so we're just going to hit Command or Control D, and that's going to just deselect that. Now we're going to do some changes to this, see if we can improve it. So let's bring our opacity of our brush down to about 16% is fine. Make it a little bit larger, because remember that light is going to cast a little bit around the edges. You can see that it's casting up here just a little bit. And we want to make sure that our waterfall, of course, is being highlighted here. And you can see down here where we went a little overboard, but this is a little easier to fix. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to go to our brush and we're going to make it a hard brush, because we want to make sure that this is a really tight working brushing. And our opacity, we're going to go up to 100%. And we're going to zoom in to this area that needs a little bit of work. And now what we're going to do is work on this layer mask. Now instead of, if we were to paint in black, we're going to create a hole in this and reveal this under here. We don't want to do that. We want to paint in white. Let's go back into white, go back to our brush. And now we're just going to paint this over so that all this rock here is in silhouette, just like it would be at the night when you're actually shooting this. There. All right, we can go back to our brush and we can make that a soft brush again. Let's take a look at what we got. So it looks kind of good. It looks like we might have went a little overboard up here. So let's go ahead, go on our layer mask, grab our brush again. We don't need very much opacity. We're just going to use about 10% or so, 11%. And remember, we're going to paint in white because we're going to remove this hole, if you will, out of this layer mask. Just start taking it away just slightly. The more passes you make, you're going to start building up. Now, I guess if you did it 10%, you got to do 10 passes to get to 100%. We don't really need this tree illuminated up here. Let's go ahead and zoom up a little bit. So we don't need, even though the waterfall is coming up from there, we don't really need that. So let's go ahead and grab our brush again. We can make a little bit bigger opacity, maybe 70%. Let's go ahead and just do it right to there. We can just capture the top of that waterfall as it starts spilling over El Capitan. All right, we like this so far. Now what we're going to do, and this is really a cool feature. Check this out. If we click on here, if we hold the command on the Mac or control on the PC and click on our layer mask, look what happens. It makes a selection of everything around it, right? It selects the waterfall. And actually what's happening here, it's not selecting waterfall, it's selecting everything but the waterfall. So what we want to do is we want to invert that. And we do that by holding Shift, Command, I, or Shift Control I if you're on a PC. Now we can see that we have just got this waterfall highlighted and selected. So now what we're going to do is create a layer mask, adjustment layer mask rather, and that's this little half and half colored thing down at the bottom of the little icon, and we'll go to levels. Now in levels, what we're doing here is we can see we're going to bring up the contrast here inside of this waterfall. So let's slide this over and start getting that brighter. Remember, this is the only thing that's getting lit by the sun, so we need to have that really nice and bright. There we go. So now it's nice and bright. The waterfall's lit up really good. We like that. But we also want to do a color to it, correct? So let's go ahead and do that same thing. We're going to hold Command or Control, click on the actual layer mask, select it again. We're going to go on to our adjustment layers, and let's go ahead and create a solid color. So we click on the solid colors, and then we have lots of choices to work with. You can kind of see what our choices look like and how it renders here on the waterfall. Let's go down and get an orange, a deep orange. I think that's probably more, yeah, that's more like it. Let's go ahead and grab that like that. Click OK. So now we've got our light up, and doesn't that look fantastic? I mean, we're almost done. In order to make this look realistic, we need to work on this layer, this color layer, and how it affects and works with the other layers below. So the way we do that is called the blending mode. And this is this pull down menu right here. And if we hover over here, you can see the dissolve, what it does, darken, it does something a little bit different. And I know that all these look good, but I've done this a few times and I know that vivid light is what we're looking for. So we click on that and look what it's done to this. It's created that molten lava look. And we can always go in if we've got a little bit too much overspill of light. We just go to our layer mask, grab our brush, and we can paint in whatever tone we want to paint in, white or black. See how we're adding that? We don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and go back to black. And now we're taking away the color that was there. And if we want to take away tone, we can come and take it away there. So now that looks pretty good. We're almost there. We've got all the tricky part of this done. So now what we're going to do is just make this just a little more realistic. And what we need to do is we need to bring in a little more detail into the mountain. So let's go ahead and grab this and we're going to duplicate it. We're just going to grab this. The shortcut is Command or Control J. That makes a duplicate of it. And let's go ahead and drag this up to the top. Now we can see that we have this layer on the very top of our layer stack. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back down to this one. Let's go ahead and turn these off for a second because this made a really good selection of that mountaintop. So let's go ahead and ask Photoshop to make that same selection that we did by select subject of that mountaintop. And now we're just going to go ahead and turn all these on and we'll go up here to this one. Now what we're going to do, we've got this all selected and we want to make a layer mask. So let's go ahead and make a layer mask. And we can see what we've done here. We've created a layer mask over everything here, but we don't really need the trees worked on. You can see how there's some bleed through on the trees. So let's grab our brush. Let's go to 100%. It's a soft brush. And all we're going to do is paint in black on this mask and bring this all back to the way it should be. That's bringing back in those silhouette trees that we started with. Same thing over here. And we can just bring this around here. So when we do this, we are eliminating our cool stuff that we've done here, right? So what we need to do is we need to come in, do a little bit of work here and bring this image down just a little bit. So we can do this by grabbing our opacity and we'll put it at like, we'll do low, we'll like 18%. So again, what we're doing is we're just going to bring back some detail. On this mountain, but we don't want to bring back too much detail. So we're going to darken it here so it looks a little more realistic to when this kind of effect happens in real life. And we want to make sure this is super bright. So let's go ahead and do Command click of this because we really liked that selection. Bring it up here into this layer mask. And we're just going to say edit and fill. And we're going to fill with black because we want to see through this into this layer. There. Now we've got this all back the way we want. We're showing the actual molten lava that we did our work with, and we'll just continue to just darken some of these areas a little bit because we really want that highlight to really pop. And you only do that if it's dark, right? You can only really get this done if it's a dark background. It really pops that way. So I'm just brushing on that layer mask with an 18% brush in black, and we're just taking away some of the details of that, and you go as far as you want. I think that looks pretty good. We'll just do one more pass right here. There, now we've got details in the mountain. We've got our Firefall lighting up the waterfall, and we're all good to go. If you like this kind of content, take a second and hit the like button and feel free to leave a comment. I know this is cheating. Obviously, you should be up there and shooting it live, But if you do miss it, it's kind of a fun thing to go down and create. Now, obviously, if you're going to post it somewhere, you need to kind of say that I missed it, but this is what it would have looked like, or something along those lines. But it's a fun exercise to work with, and obviously you can use this lighting up of fire and other things in your Photoshop work. All right, see you next time.